Hello, and welcome back to the executive presentation for General Hospital. My name is Drew, and I've been asked to put this together to examine some further threats from our previous C-suite presentation. So, as a major hospital, the main concern about internet or electronic thefts would be for data. A lot of data revolves, obviously, as you all know, coming in and out of hospitals. Patients, obviously, protecting their data and information is key and paramount. So, the biggest concern for any hospital would be protecting that information from both inside threats and outside threats. A threat versus a vulnerability. A threat is an outside danger or an actor that wants to cause harm, while a vulnerability is an internal weakness or flaw in your system. For example, filing bad records, kept paper records up front, with all the colors. So if we have people that are not alphabetizing correctly, or mishandling files, or sharing information that they shouldn't, there's also such a thing as phishing, where my biggest concern to a hospital would be internal threats, but also external threats. People will go to the lengths of either causing an injury to themselves or getting an accident so that they can gain entrance to the hospital to get the information. People are very, very creative nowadays. If they can get their hands on name, addresses, socials, which are at hospitals, they can do a lot with that information. So that is a big concern. Another concern is DDoS attacks, because if you can get into a hospital's servers, also protecting those physically, that comes in with every person that works or interacts with a server. Only admin or managers or tech IT departments should have access to those rooms. Nobody else should have that key, except maybe janitor if you feel like it, or security if they're trustworthy. But nobody should be around there. Nobody should be exchanging information out loud. What else? Cyber terrorism is always, you never know. People have been known to attack hospitals. Like I said, they could send a DDoS attack. They could send APTs, password crackers, exploit kits. They could cause real damage. They could spread malware, and that would be very bad to a hospital. If somebody has access to either physically or internally, they could shut the power off to a hospital, which do have generators, but that could cause a lot of problems as well. I've worked in a hospital personally where the power got shut down overnight, and it was not fun. Hacktivism. If somebody, for example, we had an incident with the CEO last year. If somebody decided to disrupt a major hospital, they could also do that by, again, phishing scams, smishing scams, by calling the receptionist and posing as a relative of a patient. They could get information if somebody's not savvy over the phone by talking to the wrong person. They could send emails to the accounting department. There's a lot of stuff. Educating staff on, internal appropriate emails and not just answering everything. Same thing with phone calls. Negligence is basically what I'm talking about. Yes, so those are my main concerns of the two largest ones: of phishing, smishing, internal threats of negligence. There's also, what would you call it, social engineering. That would be my biggest concern at a hospital. So training up staff for social engineering. Not just, just this one time, none of that. It's a hospital already. There's going to be a lot of, my daughter's back there, she's getting, and it's very, very hard to do that, but it is important to remain diligent and vigilant on protecting patients and the company's information. Thank you. I hope this was helpful.